Since Blitzkrieg 3 is not really what a lot of people hope for, I'm going to show you something that might ease your pain, cause it's something new, but still an original Blitzkrieg experience. In the Steam store you can find two Blitzkrieg spin-offs, Cuban Missile Crisis and Cuban Missile Crisis Ice Crusade. It's a game pretty much designed for fans of the original Blitzkrieg, so if you're looking for a new single-player strategy challenge, stick around. The whole game takes place in the 60s during World War III. You may have noticed it's a fictional story. The storyline is kind of self-explaining. The Cuban Missile Crisis escalated and everyone is fighting for survival, resources, yada yada yada. So, a fairly generic story. Here comes what makes the game so interesting. It enhances the game mechanics of the original Blitzkrieg. It adds resource management and a dynamic campaign screen. Between the main missions you will encounter enemy forces or bases on randomly generated maps, or better, some preset maps which are chosen randomly. These bases scattered all around the campaign map are crucial for your success. They supply your troops with fuel, spare parts and ammunition. If you want to have air support during your battles, you better make sure to gain air superiority, either by having a big anti-air shield or by large amount of interceptors. Or you could just try to occupy all enemy airfields. You cannot call for air support if your battle takes place too far away from your airfields, so be sure your fighters are always in range. So let's take a look at the ground battles. If you are an old Blitzkrieg veteran, you have noticed all the new units. Of course, it's the 60s. As time passes during the campaign, you will get more and more modern equipment. The Russian will have these trucks at first, later armored transporters, and in the sequel Ice Crusade, BK1 transporter tanks. Also, you won't find any T-34s anymore. You will fight with T-55s and T-64s. Even big steel beasts like the T-10 or the Object 279 are available. It's the only game I know where you can play this beast. Seriously guys, this tank is genius. I would love to see it in armored warfare one day. Anyways, don't rely on your armor too much. It's the age of anti-tank rockets, and even big armored beasts can't hold up to that. Well, unless you set the difficulty on easy. So be sure out to scout enemy positions and always hold the initiative. Take on enemy armor with your own rocket launchers, or at least let your tanks strike first. Also, when encountering enemy trenches or occupied buildings with vehicles, keep them at a safe distance, or portable anti-tank weapons will quickly put an end to your fire superiority. When possible, use mobile artillery or multiple rocket launchers to crush enemy resistance and level occupied structures. Or when available, call for air support, but be sure to disable all enemy anti-air positions, otherwise even high-altitude bombers will quickly be downed by surface-to-air missiles. So be sure to press F5 to save before you try anything stupid. Let's say you did something stupid, but your tank survived. But if the damage is too severe, you cannot repair it during the battle, and you have to set the vehicle aside for repair in the campaign overview. And this may take 1 or 2 rounds in which the vehicle cannot move and eats up spare parts. You also have to look out for your tank's fuel consumption. If it's used up, refuel your vehicle. But be careful, the fuel truck is vulnerable to enemy fire. The same counts for the engineers, ammunition trucks, the decontamination teams and the field medics. So far there are only a few flaws in this game, and no, not the graphics. If you buy this game, you are a Blitzkrieg nostalgic. It's the AI. If you kill a gun crew with a sniper, nearby infantry will try to replace the killed crew, which is a cool feature, but it can be used to clear out enemy fortifications. Also, from time to time, enemy tanks can fire through buildings, and that's quite annoying. But that aside, you have 2 pretty cool games. The first game comes along with 4 campaigns: the Soviet, the Chinese, the Anglo-American and the Franco-German campaign. The Ice Crusade standalone brings you a new American and a new Soviet campaign, along with incredibly good new units. I enjoyed both of these games, though Ice Crusade was my favorite. So if you enjoyed the original Blitzkrieg, I can really recommend these 2 games. So as always, see you next time, have a nice day and guten Tag.
In 1959, the revolution in Cuba resulted in the establishment of a new regime led by Fidel Castro, who decided the country would follow the socialist path of political development. The US government decided to prepare for combat, directed at overthrowing the revolutionary government of Cuba. The USSR declared it would not tolerate the aggression. The US Department of State responded, if any of our planes are shot down, Cuba will be bombed immediately.